What's next? I'll tell you what's next. Abs. Six-pack abs. Everybody wants them, but they're trapped. They think that there's going to be a magic routine or a magic food or a magic pill that's going to get there. Now, we covered the whole mythology of magic bullets in our last video. But Wade, you had some of the most amazing abs I've ever seen. And I want you to talk about what it really took to get abs. The real, cold, hard truth about abs.
This is the one thing that drives me crazy. If I see another ab gadget pitched mercilessly to the world, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, I mean, I haven't had cable TV in my house for over 10 years, and there's a reason. That stuff is, it's like it's garbage for your mind. They're like, oh, the whateverness blaster, it just tightens that tummy, and they show some guy with a ridiculous six pack or some girl with an awesome abs, and they're like, yeah, I do the flab blaster, and there I am in just 6 weeks. I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on, man. Like, where's the integrity in this? I don't know how those marketers sleep at night. I really don't. And I don't even know how the person gets on there, endorses that product as someone who has a. I don't know how they accept that paycheck. I really don't, because I mean that's just so out of integrity. Yes, I'll say it, as it is. I have been known for fantastic ab development. It was one of the gifts that I had, and it was also because I didn't have the other genetics that a lot of the other bodybuilders with naturally wide shoulders and stuff. I knew I had to make that razor sharp. So yes, I trained my abs with absolute discipline and focus, and I worked them really, really, really hard for a long, long time. But here's the key. The key to sculpting great abs is diet. Not everybody has the genetic advantages of abdominals I did. For me, that was one of the body parts that was really great for me, that really responded well to training. I was just, genetically fortunate, and I worked that as best as I could to help me win those competitions and to look my absolute best. But I'll tell you what, I could show you pictures where you couldn't see one of those abs in sight, man. I was Marshmallow Man, and it doesn't matter how hard I was working my abs, unless I'm really leaning out on my diet, you're not going to see one of those babies ever. I don't care how well you doctor the photos. That's the truth. And so the other thing is a lot of people are into the myth that they got to do all these crazy exercises that are really going to blast their abs. Now, certainly there are exercises for abdominals that are more effective, and we talk about them in the program. And it's really consistent ab training, focused intensity, so you're not using your hip flexors, and we cover that in the elite exercise performance of how to really get into the abdominal contractions. But more importantly than anything else, it's these three things: diet, diet, and guess what the third one is? Diet. That's what it takes to get ripped. Okay, there's like 1 in a million people that can eat hamburgers and French fries and ice cream and potato chips and slug back Coca-Colas all day long and have a six-pack. 1 in a million. When I'm rolling around the malls and gyms of North America, guess what? For the large part of the people that are out there, this is not a possibility. So the reality is you've got to get on the right problem. And people hate that. People hate to say that, oh, I got to have a diet. Oh, they always want to give the cop out. Here's the bottom line. Whatever you have to deal with, that's what God gave you. There is some sort of unseen advantage that you don't know about that. Just work with what you got and put the time and discipline in and follow a structured, systemized approach. And guess what? You will build the best abs possible for yourself. Okay? Will they be as good as mine? Maybe they'll be even better if you have the genetics to do it. Maybe they won't be as good, but you'll be the best possible abs you can get. But the bottom line is you got to get your body fat down to around the 6% zone for guys, and usually around 8 to 10 for women, depending on your fat distribution, in order to have those really razor sharp shredded abs, the veins and all that sort of stuff. So that's the reality.
Thanks a lot, Wade, because I see ads every day on the internet while I'm surfing, and everybody thinks that they're going to buy this program and they're just going to have abs. Well, I think you just cleared it up. So let's talk about what you can do to help people that are listening actually get abs for the first time and give them an offer that is really, truly crazy and bonkers.
I've gotten abs every single time that I went out there and followed a program. It's not mysticism. I can get a ridiculous looking six pack in as little as 6 weeks. Why? Because number one, psychologically, I know I can. Number two, I follow a structured, scientific, proven training system. And number three, I can exhibit a lifestyle and a dietary discipline that allows me to strip away the body fat so I can show what I've developed. Every single person that follows my programs reaps the same result. It's not astroscience. It's not rocket science. It's not quantum mechanics. It's simple. Follow it step by step. Follow the diet based on your own body mass step by step. And it may take you 6 weeks. It may take you 12 weeks. It may take you 18 weeks because I don't know what body fat percentage that you're sitting at right now as you look into this on your computer. But the bottom line is you stick with the program, you follow the program, you get the results. So what's the program? Here's the thing. We've sold our Muscle Mastery program for as much as $500 and for as low as $297. What we've done, rather than ship all this bulk and all this sort of stuff out to you, we've created a digital version that as soon as you press the button, you'll get it. We also have included the elite exercise performance, so you do understand that, yes, if you're going to build those abdominals, you're going to have to follow some specific exercise and learn how to really contract the abdominals instead of the hip flexors. Most people don't have that discernment, and there is some advantages by learning this information. We're giving all this, we're putting it into the program, okay, all of it. There's no clues. The diets, the training, and the psychological aspects of how to maximize your results in the training. And here's what we're going to do. We're only going to ask whatever you think it's worth. So what is that six-pack worth to you? What would it feel like for you to actually pull up that shirt and look down there and just seeing a rippling washboard of rock-hard abdominals? I've had the joy of experiencing that. And I remember the first time back in 1993. Yeah, that's dating myself. 1993. That was my first contest that I ever entered into. And, the first time I followed a structuredized diet program and training program. And here's the thing. I remember what it was like when people would come up and want to just absolutely touch my abdominals. They go, and people would just lose their minds. And I want you to have that experience. I want you, the consumer, to actually have someone walk over and touch your abs and go, whoa, how did you do that? Because it will transform what you feel about yourself. You'll build so much self-confidence about that. It'll transform your personality in a way that you can actually see. You'll have that empathy for that person that's struggling to get there, and you'll be able to add value to other people's lives, because the people in your life right now, the people in life who see you as someone that's not where you're at, will have a complete transformation, and your true self will be revealed because you're going to exert the discipline in order to get that. And that's what really excites me. So all you need to do, go to that site, press the button, pay what you think it's worth, do the training, do the results, do the dietary stuff that we suggest in there, and you will have that experience. And then if you really feel like sharing, we'd love to hear back from you about what that experience was like for you, because that's what jazzes me up every now and then. I mean, I've achieved everything I wanted in that sport. The only juice I got left in this sport is for you to do it. And that's what this is all about. It's about you getting it done. So don't hesitate.
Exactly. And you know what? If you would ask every guy on the planet how much they would pay if they had all the money in the world to get that kind of look, they would probably pay millions. If they could just push a button, they had that money. But the best part about this offer is you pay what you can afford.
Yep.
If you can afford a penny, if you can afford a buck, if you can afford $10, if you can afford 1,000, you pay us what you can afford, and you're gonna get that answer. You're gonna get that solution. You're going to get the exact program that Wade used to transform his physique in 21 days. 21 days.